The earth, a tiny speck in the cosmos, is our home. It is beautiful, and the world in it is magnificent. It has forever been a world of mysteries and a home of supernatural mystical beings. Folklore speak of goblins, werewolves, griffins, and many more of such beings. But there is no folklore that speaks about the Kahtoohan, a mystical being with the head of a cat and the body of a hen, the beloved beings of powerful magi's, owned, loved, and used by them for its supernatural powers. When the craft and magic of witches, wizards, and magicians made its way into folklores, stories about the Kahtoohan were buried in neglect and remained untold. And so there is no folklore that even remotely mentions the Kahtoohan, apart from some depictions of imagination gone wild and a few random and incomplete stories. Even Google would fail you to give the facts on the Kahtoohan. This is the story of the Kahtoohan. The Kahtoohan is the first mystical being created by man. It is believed to be created by the Magi's of the Kariman tribe that inhabited the wilderness. To understand the Kahtoohan better, we have to first understand the ways of the Kariman tribe. The Kariman tribe existed amongst the most ancient of men, around 12,000 years ago. They inhabited the dark wilderness of the forest, where even the brightest of sun rays could not reach. They worshipped Tenebris, the god of darkness. They believed that the sole reason for transformation of a new world and the associated unrest and turmoil was the quest for light. The quest for light, its origin and its source, by souls that had lived peacefully in darkness in their recent past. The Kariman tribe believed that their ancestors came to earth from a different planet. They did not worship the sun, but held their faith on the infinite stars in the sky. They believed that the purpose of light should not be its intrusion into darkness to overpower it, but on the contrary, to exist as tiny sparks of light shining from afar, spreading hope like the stars in the dark night sky. The Kariman tribe never wished to be part of the activities of the day. They liked to live a nocturnal life, sleep through the day, and walk through life at night. Never did they see light or those that embraced light as their enemies. They strongly believed that all souls ultimately converge into the darkness, whether it leaves the mortal body at night or in the day. The Kariman tribe was matriarchal. The responsibility of the tribe and the families rested on the women of the tribe. They were hunters. They hunted for food in groups for the entire tribe. The queen of the tribe had the ultimate power. It is believed that the tribe led their lives as paved by Tenebris from time to time. But when light conquered the earth, Tenebris left earth and descended down to the abyss. The Kariman tribe prayed ardently to Tenebris to send them a messenger in his form and energy to pass on his instructions to them. Tenebris agreed and bestowed this responsibility to the Magi of the tribe. As Tenebris instructed, the Magi placed a 3-day-old black kitten in the stomach of a 3-month-old black hen using magic. For the next 40 days and nights, the Magi and the women of the tribe performed dances and chants. On the 40th day, the head of the hen split into two and fell off, and in its place appeared the head of a cat. Thus, was created the Kahtoohan, the mystical being with the head of a cat and the body of a hen. The Kahtoohan had four qualities of the hen. It woke up early, ate together, fought fiercely, and saved its loved ones from danger. It also had four feline qualities: ability to see in the dark, smell out its prey, assess the next move of a much stronger enemy, and be by the side of close ones always. All these made the Kahtoohan a deity of the Kariman tribe. The Kahtoohan lived with the Abeni, the head of the Magi's, who walked the earth sky-clad, unadorned, with head shaven, finger and toenails removed. Kahtoohan's laid eggs only 3 times in its lifetime. When the Kariman queen gave birth to a girl child, when a new Abeni was chosen, and the 3rd time towards its mortal end. The Kahtoohan that hatched for gifting to a girl child of the queen was whitish or yellow in color. The purpose of the Kahtoohan was to serve as a doorway to the future of the clan and to advise the tribe when faced with adversities. It communicated only with its mistress, the Abeni. The blood of the black rooster was its favorite food. The line between owning a Kahtoohan and enslaving it is a fine one. Not to cross that delicate line was something that every caregiver of the Kahtoohan needed to understand. If anyone was to use the supernatural powers of the Kahtoohan to harm or for selfish gains, the Kahtoohan, along with the person with this intent, would descend to the abyss, never to come back to earth. This was the covenant put forth by Tenebris, the god of darkness, so that man, in his greed, does not destroy. The lifespan of the Kahtoohan was 12 years. It lived with its Abeni for 11.5 years. The rest of its life was spent in a state of meditation, where it sat flat on the ground, with wings wrapped inward close to its heart. When the time came, the subtle body separated, leaving behind the mortal body, which by then would be covered in termite mounds. It is believed that this mummified remains of the Kahtoohan, though lifeless, still possess supernatural powers and would remain so till the end of the world. The lifeless Kahtoohan took the form of an idol worshipped by its possessor. This idol of darkness would fulfill all the wishes of its devotee, who better be wary though. If the devotee ever attempts to overpower it, the idol would disappear to the netherworld, taking along with it its worshipper and all his belongings. Over the centuries, in different parts of the world, numerous are the explorations made in search of the deity of the now extinct Kariman tribe. It is believed that in ancient Egypt, the pharaoh possessed the Kahtoohan idol, and it is the supernatural powers of this idol that help the pharaoh win battles and remain in power. Sculptures of the Kahtoohan, seen to be part of the pillars of pyramids, suggest that the idol was part of ancient Egyptian beliefs. It is also believed that powerful rulers of ancient Rome, Persia, and India worshipped the Kahtoohan idol. The ritual of sacrificing roosters in Rome and in India is said to have begun by the devotees of the Kahtoohan to please it. The world changed, the hands that held power changed, and along with it changed the hands that possessed the Kahtoohan. The powers of the Kahtoohan, being the idol of darkness, was known only by its possessors or devotees. It was a secret power weapon hidden carefully from the rest of the world. Alexander the Great and Xerxes the Emperor of Persia also possessed the Kahtoohan idol. It is believed that the reason behind the unusual death of Alexander, the great conqueror, was the displeasure he caused to the Kahtoohan. The presence of the Kahtoohan is more evident in the Maya civilization, which existed on Earth for over 600 years. History says that after 900 AD, the Mayans were wiped off the face of the earth. The reason for the extinction of the Maya civilization remains a mystery to this day. An undocumented hypothesis is that the Kahtoohan idol that they worshipped took the entire civilization away from Earth. The research on what caused the downfall of the Maya civilization is incomplete, and the study continues still. Vasco da Gama, who set forth the European invasion of Asia, is said to have possessed an iron chest embossed with the image of the head of a cat. It is believed that the chief of one of the African tribes gifted the chest to Gama. This chest, that Gama considered to be priceless, was carried by him in each of his voyages until it was stolen in the year 1524 in Kerala. Soon after, Gama succumbed to illness and died in the same year. It is only presumable that this iron chest housed the Kahtoohan idol. Now, someone somewhere in Kerala might be worshipping it. A more believable story of the Kahtoohan is the one that happened in the 20th century. In 1903, a group of archaeologists from Canada conducted an exploration in the dense forest in Congo, Central Africa. The team was led by a 32-year-old archaeologist by name Emma Charlotte William. The team excavated several ancient articles during the operation. Along with these, they found many ornaments and weapons heavily adorned with precious gems. On the 8th day of the excavation, the team found an iron chest with the head of a cat embossed on it. Their attempts to open the chest gently turned futile, and they decided to break the chest open. The chest was so light-weighted that Emma soon realized that it may not contain anything valuable, and so she decided against breaking the chest open and carried the beautifully embossed chest to her tent at the excavation site. That night, Emma's team was awakened by a strange noise. They saw a bright flash of light inside Emma's tent and rushed towards it. Emma wasn't there. Beneath her bed lay the iron chest, wide open, only a red cotton cloth left behind. On the bed there was no Emma, but only her night clothes spread out neatly. It is believed that this chest was a Kahtoohan chest, and that Kahtoohan ascended out of the chest and disappeared into the abyss with Emma. The British agency that investigated Emma's disappearance noticed something bewildering. They found that at the very same time that Emma disappeared from Africa, her belongings in Canada also disappeared. This incident remains a mystery. Yet another story of the Kahtoohan is linked to the shipwreck of the Titanic. Shamaria Emily Grace was one of the passengers on the maiden voyage of the Titanic. But after the ship took its course, Shamaria was sighted by none, neither by any of the passengers nor by the crew. Her room on board was vacant, and only a sling bag was placed delicately on her bed. It is said that just before the shipwreck, one of the crew members saw a lady walking across the deck by herself, and on her shoulder was a sling bag. Shamaria was not found after the wreck. It is believed that the mysteries of the shipwreck and the disappearance of Shamaria is linked to the Kahtoohan. One of the presidents of the US, who was mysteriously assassinated, was also in possession of an iron chest with the head of a cat embossed on it. Undocumented reports state that though all his personal belongings were handed over to his family after his death, the iron chest was shifted to the highly classified and confidential National Archives. There were quite a few reportings by the paparazzis and the online journalists about the connection between the Kahtoohan and the mysterious circumstances under which the Malaysian aircraft went missing. But these reportings went unnoticed. There are several stories that lead us to believe that the Kahtoohan idols exist in the modern world. Those who possess it may be rulers, businessmen, or spiritual leaders. It is said that in the headquarters of a prominent political party in Kerala secretly lies an iron chest since 1965, unopened till date. How they use the supernatural powers of the Kahtoohan will now decide the fate of the world.